Hey stunning people, my name is Beane and welcome to the Salt Lake Sessions. Today's artist grew up in Madagascar. She spent her life traveling around the African continent and now she's made her way here to Boston to share some of that magic with us. This is Niu Raza.
Bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new. Flashback, warm nights almost left behind. Suitcases of memories. Time after sometimes you picture me. I'm walking too far ahead. You're calling to me. I can't hear what you said. Then you said, go slow and I'll fall behind. Trumpet side of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will guide you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture faded, darkness started to gray. Watching through windows and you wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen, yeah, from deep inside. The trumpet side of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will guide you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. Stolen from deep inside. The trumpet side of time. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time, 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 time after time. Time after time.
Hi Niu.
Hi.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, it's our pleasure. Tell me Niu, where are you from?
I am from Madagascar.
Were you born and raised there?
Mm-hmm.
How long did you spend there before you came to the States?
I was born and raised in Madagascar, but I didn't spend my entire childhood there. We kind of traveled to East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, a little bit in Congo. I finished my high school in South Africa. And that's where I actually was last before coming to the States.
Interesting. So you're all over the continent.
Yeah, I'm a true African.
Right. No, totally. And so what was that like moving all around, experiencing all the different places that Africa has to offer, all the different music, I imagine?
Yeah, it's honestly beautiful, but it's also complicated when you think about your identity. And I have come to experiment that with finding my musical identity and not knowing that I can pinpoint myself in one place. Because a lot of people can say, I am from New York, and it's just like one place. It's like my sound is from Madagascar and a little bit of South Africa and a little bit of Kenya and a little bit of Uganda and a little bit of all these other places. And then moving here, there's a little bit of the US as well. And so you're kind of a melting pot. And sometimes being a melting pot is beautiful because you're able to tap into different things, but also it's difficult because you can't anchor yourself in one thing.
Totally. Yeah. But that's also what makes you the singular Niu Raza.
Yeah.
You know, which is beautiful. I'm intrigued. Are there specific things musically that you can pinpoint from the different areas that you lived in that you've kind of incorporated into your sound now?
I've noticed growing up, and the more I write, that my melody lines, for instance, or how I sing is very much Congolese and not Malagasy. A lot of my vocal arrangements are very much like Malagasy chants, and that's intentional. I wanted to do that and incorporate a little bit of myself and my ancestors and where my grandparents are from in terms of like the vocal arrangement.
Is there anything from the States that you picked up that you feel like is a part of that fabric?
I feel like it started at a very early age because the US musically impacts everyone. And it's not just when you move here. I've listened to a lot of R&B and soul and jazz, and these things have really impacted in the way I sing because growing up, you would try to imitate someone and you have that dream person and you want to become that. And I loved all these layers in the American music. And funny enough, my dad used to go to school here and then further worked here, and he loved country music, for instance. And I grew up singing country music, like Country Road, Take Me Home.
Yes.
That was one of the very first songs I learned when I was like, as a kid. I didn't know English then, but that was the first English song that I learned.
How many languages do you speak?
About 4.5.
4.5. What are they?
So I speak Malagasy. I speak French. I speak a little bit of Creole. I understand Spanish, and I'm very slow at speaking Spanish, but I understand it. So when people speak Spanish to me, I understand them, and sometimes I don't reply back, but I also kind of look Hispanic, and they feel very offended when I don't reply in Spanish. It's almost like I'm denying my culture. And I used to live in Spanish Harlem, and they were like,
what is this? Right. You're like, no, it's not personal. It's not personal. That's incredible. And have you written in all of those languages too?
Yes. And you notice that when you write in different languages, there is an art to the language. And it's like how you write poems and how you write. There's an art to any language, and you kind of need to understand what that art is, because if you say I miss you in French, it's kind of like, okay, right? You have to be like, I long to see you, or it has to be poetic, and then it sounds like, yeah, that kind of sounds like a good lyric.
The fabric of your music is just really fascinating to me. It just involves so many people, so much culture in it. It feels rich.
No.
It feels rich. It's dripping in diamonds. It's expensive, Niu. It feels expensive. No, I'm really, really grateful that you're here today to share with us.
Oh.
Can you tell me about the original that you're doing today?
Yes. So the original that I'm doing today is called Madagascar.
Ah, brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. Madagascar is like a stew, like a good stew, like that good comfort food that your grandma made or your mom makes. And everything just fits, and everything is about home, and the song itself is about home, but it talks about the concept of not just home as in you going home to a place. It's more home as in people where you feel safe. Yeah.
It's evident that you have such a reverence for your home. And I can't wait to hear how you translate that in song. I just know, like, I'm just so excited. I know it's going to be brilliant.
I'm excited.
There's so much to explore, and it's been so nice to have everybody come in here and be like, listen to this, listen to this, listen to this. I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I will. And I'm very excited about it. Yeah, and I can't wait to hear you. Do you want to do some music for us?
Sure.
Yay! Thank you for being here, Niu.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you. Let's do wings.
With the rings.
With the rings. There it is.
Sounds like the Gimenez of my hometown. I like the way you understand me, like you're speaking the language of my hometown. You make me shiver like the breeze from the ocean. Oh, feeling gets deeper than the Indian Ocean. You take me to somewhere far where the baobab trees are shining. You take me to paradise where the turquoise waves are crashing. Your arms bring me comfort. They remind me of my grandma's cooking, yeah. And you feel like my African sun. You warm me up when I'm breezing. Oh, baby, baby, you make me feel like home. 'Cause you remind me of Madagascar. You remind me of, oh, baby, baby, you make me feel like, oh, yeah, yeah. You remind me of Madagascar. You remind me of, I like the way you tell me stories. Got me feeling like grandpa is still around. And I like the way you bring me flowers. It reminds me so much of my parents' love, like walking on sand. I love kissing you on my tiptoe. Oh, like a wise man. You teach me something I don't know. You take me to somewhere far where the baobab trees are shining. You take me to paradise where the turquoise waves are crashing. Your arms bring me comfort. They remind me of my grandma's cooking. And you feel like my African sun. And you warm me up when I'm freezing. Oh, baby, babe, you make me feel like home. 'Cause you remind me of Madagascar. You remind me of, oh, baby, babe, you make me feel like home. 'Cause you remind me of Madagascar. You remind me of, yeah, 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 Madagascar. You remind me of Madagascar. Oh, baby, babe, you make me feel like home. 'Cause you remind me of, oh, baby, babe, you make me feel like home. You remind me of, oh, baby, babe, you make me feel like home, yeah, yeah. You remind me of Madagascar. 'Cause you remind me of Madagascar. Hey, yeah. Madagascar, Madagascar, you remind me of Madagascar.
Hey, stunning people, it's Beane. Make sure to check out the Salt Lick Sessions YouTube channel and subscribe.